What's going on, y'all? This is Big Rendezvous, and you
What's
are
going on, y'all?
hanging
This is
out
Big
with me
Rendezvous,
and
and
the
you
pastor,
are
Dr.
hanging out
Kelcey
with
West,
me and
right
the
here.
pastor,
Spreading
Dr.
that
Kelcey
love, boy.
West, right here, spreading that love, boy.
Mic check, mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Listen, we got the jet back, and so I am so grateful. We are back in our jet. We're back in the lab. Amen. The cameras are working, the mic is working. And so I know normally I come on in the mornings, but I just wanted to test out the equipment, test out the runway. And so to those who are joining me, this is not an official show. It's just my way of coming on and saying thank you for letting me be myself. And so to those who may not know, my name is Reverend Dr. Kelcey West. I had a wonderful breakfast meeting this morning set with some creative people. One of the things they stressed to me, they said, brother man, you need to stop spending so much time on Facebook and move your content over to Instagram. And so I have made a commitment to make that change. I'll be switching over for when I first started, brought back the Takeoff Show. The goal was really just to work on my mental health. That's all it is. This is my way of releasing. This is my way of sharing things that I may write down in my personal journal. But I do know that there are people out there that want the content. They want to hear what I have to say. And so I will be putting a small team together just to help me get that information out there, whether it's through Instagram, whether it's through making sure the information is on the YouTube page. But I'll leave that up to them. My job is just to come on, write a fresh rhyme, drop a dope beat, and then move on to my regular workflow. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let me just take this moment, this particular flight, to let you know I always encourage you to sit in the seat that the Lord has commanded you to sit in, the seat that has your name on it, the seat that has your oil on it. I want some jazz in the background today. I'm in a jazz mood. And so I'm in my seat. I pray that you're in your seat. I'm in my seat. And it feels good to be in my seat, not having to look over my shoulder, not worrying about somebody saying you're in my seat. I'm not worrying about somebody showing me their ticket. It just feels good to be in my seat. And so if you are flying with me on today and you want to express that, amen, if you know that you know that you know that you are in the right seat, I want you to type that and just let it be known. Put it in all caps. This is my seat. And so it's just a confident level. When you board a flight and you look down at your ticket and you know this is my seat, I'm sitting where I'm supposed to be sitting, it just feels good. There's an extra confidence that comes over you. And so I want to encourage those of you, you're not sneaking, you're not whispering, you're not coming in through back doors, but you are where you are supposed to be. And if it feels good, amen, I just want somebody, amen, to just take a Tony moment and declare and decree. It feels good. It feels good to be doing what you believe you were born to do. It feels good to be challenging yourself. It feels good to see yourself being challenged by your purpose, by your destiny. And so that's a part of what I'm just talking about today. Again, you know, when I'm flying this on the Takeoff Show, I don't have an agenda. I don't have a script. When I work from a script, it doesn't feel right. And so I like to just give you what the Lord has given me. I do want to take time out today to share. A few days ago, we hosted. I was blessed, beyond blessed, to witness the celebration for the 32nd Street Theater, our Unity Through Knowledge HBCU tour. We were able to celebrate 30 years of hosting tours with our first ever scholarship gala, sneaker ball gala. And ladies and gentlemen, let me just share this. I had the time of my life. I'm shocked I didn't just break down and cry. I'm shocked I didn't overly spend time on the microphone. The best way, I once heard Prince say at an NAACP Image Award, he said the best way that he could show his appreciation is by playing music. And so Prince said, the less I talk, the more I can play. And that's how I felt at the gala. The less I talked, the more I could dance. And my dancing was my way of showing people how much I appreciated them. And on that night, I got to dance. Man, I want to thank those who had a hand in putting that night together. My wife led the charge. Oh my God, she touched me in such a special way by hosting that. She took the reins, and I sat back. She said, just sit back. When I need you, I'll call you. When I need you to make a call or send an email, I'll let you know. But for the most part, you just be ready to just be where I need you to be. And so shouts out to her team, Lisa Whitney, my big sister, my cousin, my other sister, Zell Harris was on the team, LaQuinta McFerguson, man, what can I say? Special thanks to LaQuinta McFerguson, her husband, First Class McFerguson, Republic Services. Thank you, man, so much. They brought so much to the table. I had friends bought tables. Shouts out to the VP at Chase Bank now, Mr. Kevin Winton. He purchased a table. Shouts out to another childhood friend, Mr. Keith Jackson with Rochester Consulting. He bought a table. And man, it was just what a blessed night. I had former superintendent Dr. Jesus Jara was in the building. He sat at my table. I had some friends from we've worked with from CCSD. They were here from Florida. They flew in for the banquet. Had South Carolina State. They flew in for the banquet. Presented us with a very large plaque. Oh my God, it is a very large plaque. But South Carolina State was in the building. Shouts out, amen, to the Las Vegas Raiders. They were in the building. Hear me when I say this. I had the president of the Raiders in the building in sneakers. I had the VP, amen. I had Sister Douglas in the building. I had Sister Piper Overstreet in the building. And so, man, what can I say? Shouts out to the Las Vegas Raiders for just wrapping their arms around 32nd Street Theater. Every time I say it, I just get emotional because when I started the tour, I hoped that we would be in a position where people would really want to partner with us. So to have Sister Sandra Douglas Morgan in attendance, man, she's the president for the Raiders, and so that was an honor. Also in the building, we had the Public Ed Foundation. They served as a sponsor this year. The Raiders were not only there, they also served as a sponsor, and they gave a sponsorship check. The Public Education Foundation was there. We didn't have speakers, man. We danced. That's what we did. We danced. But in our partnership, our newly established partnership with the Public Ed Foundation, Latoya Holman, she spoke on behalf of them. Did an amazing job. Asir Davis, one of our former students who's planning to attend Howard University in the fall, she also spoke. Outside of that, man, it was just a lot of dancing. There was a few words here or there. Carmen spoke. You know, Pastor Kyle was going to be on the mic. He spoke. But for the most part, it was dancing. And so watch this. We were able to dance because the entertainment was Ken Young and folks. And so shouts out to Ken Young, his amazing band, his amazing vocalist, co-vocalist. Man, his sets were perfect. And so the evening was dancing. We celebrated. That's what it was. It was a celebration of 30 years, 28 tours in 30 years. Actually, if I count the tours I've done for other cities, it's 31 tours, 30 years, over 3,000 students, and parents have been helped and blessed by our program. And so it was just a great night. It was just a who's who. Shouts out to my Nehemiah family. I had a lot of Nehemiah family in the house. Shouts out, amen, to one of my mom's, a mother, Narcissus Ely. She won the 50-50 raffle, and then she gave it back. She won it, and then from her table, her husband, amen, Father Ely, he screamed out, amen, give it back. And then she was saying, give it back. And so they gave back, amen. So there'll be a special scholarship in her name because her winning the raffle, it was just under 3,000, and so she gave back what would be equivalent to a seat on our last tour. I haven't reached the final cost yet for our next tour, but her gift back would pay for a student. And so, man, I'm just grateful. The Black Police Association were in the house. Shouts out to my man Donnell Thomas for spearheading that. Channel 13 was in the house. Shouts out to them. I had Black media in the house, my OGs, amen. I had both. I had Joseph Abraham. I can't tell you the role he has played in making sure the tour was in the community. I also had Sentinel Voice. I had Ramon Savoy in the house, amen, rocking his Knicks sneakers. And so you talk about 30 years back in the day when I would have, when he would put 32nd Street in the Sentinel Voice, that for me, that was like being in Ebony Magazine or Jet. And so both of them were in the house. I had family members in the house. My children spoke. And that was special. And so it was just a special night. I don't even know what the anticipation was, but I do know all the seats were full. And so per the Suncoast, we couldn't add any more tables to that room. Palm Mortuary was in the house. I'm working on something, a partnership with Palm Mortuary. And so I was grateful that they purchased tickets. They wanted to see what we do, and they were impressed, amen, by how we get down with the get down. As my wheels are turning, names and faces will come to me. Yvette Williams, amen, the Black Caucus was in the building. I love Yvette Williams, her husband. They're beautiful people, amen. I don't play with the word aunts and TTs, but she's one of those people where if she called now and say I need something, she know me and Carmen gonna stop what we doing and make sure she good. People, amen, purchase ads in our ad books. So I want to thank everybody who purchased an ad. Man, that meant the world to me. Thank you so much. There'll be an official list of names and whatnot. This is just me talking from the heart. And so what did the gala do for me? The gala just gave me just another reason to dig deep, just another reason to want to make sure our tours are even more creative, even more productive. And so I'm already excited. I'm not going to tell you where I'm at on the next tour, but let me just say, man, I can't wait for the next tour. Our next tour is scheduled for March 14th through the 20th, 2026, and we'll be traveling to DC. And so this is our DC, Maryland, Virginia tour. And so it is going to feature Howard, Coppin, Morgan State. I'm adding Delaware State to this tour, Bowie State, Virginia Union. We're going to make sure we hit Elizabeth City. We just added them so that they'll be on the tour. Norfolk State, I'm hoping to see Michael Vick. Norfolk State and Hampton, where I was academically saved. And so that is a powerful, amazing lineup. March 14th through the 20th, 2026. The official registration begins June 1st. So I'm putting it out there now. Parents, do not wait till Christmas. Do not wait till school starts. Registration begins June 1st. Amen. And so we got some changes in travel. We got tariffs on the scene. So I'm going to do my best to make the trip as cost effective. Amen. I'm not going to say affordable, because we pay for what we gonna pay for. That's all I'm gonna say. And so, but I'm gonna make the trip as cost effective as possible. But I'm excited, as I'm already, I've already signed contracts and things like that. And so again, that's our next tour. And so that will be our 28th, I don't know, man. Time flies. Let me pull up my flyer, because before I said, I want to say it's the 28th annual. This will be the 28th annual tour in 30 years. Amen. There's so many of them. Oh, man, y'all do me a favor, man. I'm talking way too fast. Shouts out to our host for the night. For that night, we had our gala, and our host for that night was Mr. Alex Dixon, former HBCU tour MVP a couple times, and I just want to thank him, amen, for being our host that night. And so he was there, his family was there, his son was there, amen. Well, all of his children was there, but one of his sons will be at Howard University, and so he's going to blaze his own trail. He's a chip off the old block. I'm excited to see what he does, amen. He has just theatrical energy. I mean, he has theatrical energy, amen. Every time I thought I was gonna outdance him, amen, he found another reason, amen, to remind me I'm not 18 anymore. But special thank you to my brother for life, my friend, Mr. Alex Dixon, amen, of Resorts World. I was just so grateful and honored that he said yes. And he was there early. He was on his post. He worked the room. He did it Alex F. Dixon style. And so I am just so grateful. Amen. Let me just check something. Let me make sure. Amen. Because I'm just talking. Amen. I got some people on here. What's happening? And so I got my boy Kev on here. I didn't even know he was on the flight. Got Sister Carla Washington on here. Amen. What's happening? I got Walker C. Smith in the building with Sadie's. What's happening? Also, I got one of my new brothers. Amen. We've probably known each other for years, but we met recently. So to my big brother, Mr. Ricky Orman, man, thank you so much, amen. And to Pastor, amen, to his wife, amen, and Pastor, thank you both so much for being in the house, for the special gift you gave me. Thank you so much. It meant the world to me. And so once again, I just wanted to come on. I'm just testing the equipment, amen. We fixed the cameras, because I could have gone live last week with my phone, but I just believe, amen, moving forward, we want to always put our best foot forward. And so I lose, there's a look, there's a presentation that we want to have because people are watching. I have an announcement that's coming up this week. I received a call on yesterday from the organization letting me know that we are the recipient of a special gift that's coming. I will be announcing that upon receiving it on this week. But I'm just excited. We got some scholarships out there, and I can only encourage people to please apply for these scholarships. These scholarships are associated with our tour. And so I've named some scholarships after some special people. They're on our website. They're on my Facebook page. And so we're offering free tours. Did you hear what I said? We have free tours. Amen. And so one is in the name of my mother. That's the Sandra K. West Scholarship. Another one is in the name of the late Mother Joyce Thomas. We have a scholarship in her name. Also, we have a scholarship in the name of the late Rachel Williams. All of these scholarships simply require students to write an essay, submit them before the due dates, and then if they're selected, they will receive a free trip. And so those are just some scholarships that we've started. They're out there. We'll be adding more scholarships because the gala helped us establish the foundation. And so now there's the Unity Through Knowledge HBCU tour side, and now there's the Unity Through Knowledge Foundation. And so now that that's established, that's going to help us do even more in terms of scholarships. We also have a couple couple of students this year who have received scholarship from us. And I'm pulling up names because I got a lot going on. So it's best for me to just pull stuff up and try to read. But we have 2 students, amen, who are the recipients of our travel scholarships. One is LaShari Patterson. She's graduating this year. She's preparing to attend Morgan State University. And then we have Mr. Tyron Williams. He's preparing to attend South Carolina State University. They have received our travel scholarships. What does that mean? That means we're going to purchase round trip airfare for them. So round trip, come on in. Round trip airfare, they're going to receive it from us. So when kids go away to school, sometimes you tripping, can I come home for Thanksgiving? Can I come home for Christmas? Sometimes that's a burden on parents. And so we've done it before, but now it's official. So again, thanks to those who supported the gala, because we have more funds available to do that type of stuff. So y'all get ready, because we're getting ready to start collecting luggage. And so somebody type in the comments for me, #luggage matters. Last year, I think we gave away close to 30 sets of luggage. And so when our kids go away to school, we like to make sure that they have a nice 2-piece, 3-piece luggage set. And then guess what? We like to put stuff in it. And so that reminds me, the Bobbins family. I want to thank the Bobbins family. Man, over the last few years, man, they have been a blessing to us in regards to gift cards and things of that nature. And so that's a part of, we do that type stuff. We buy airline tickets. We send gift boxes, care packages to students. We help students. Sometimes students just have an emergency need, and a student may call and say, "Hey, Rev, can you help me?" Well, what's going on? I'm really in between. Okay, well, we're going to send, amen, a love offering to you. We're going to send a stipend just to help you, amen. Because if you've ever been away to school, amen, sometime, amen, a little help goes a long way. And so those are some things that's happening. As we prepare for the next tour, we have our King and Queen Awards. Our current King and Queen, amen, they were not able to make the gala due to their prom. And so they had a prom. But our current queen, she's Rain Montgomery. She's the HBCU tour queen. And you'll be seeing her at our meetings and functions and waving, amen, because this is her year. And so she's received, amen, book scholarship, amen. We also pay for books. So when kids go away to school, they just send us a list. They send us a copy of the classes they have, and then they send us the books, that book list, and then we work to make sure that they have their books. Did y'all hear what I said? And so that's what we do. Shouts out to Mr. Jaden Thompson. Amen. He has also, that's our 2025 HBCU Tour King. And so same thing, amen. If kids are freshman, sophomore, junior, they win a free trip. If a senior wins, they earn book scholarship. We've had students over the years receive book scholarships all 4 years. All 4 years. They've never paid for a book. And it has been our honor and joy to help them journey through school. Shouts out to all the kids who are graduating, preparing to graduate this spring. I've received some announcements. I've received some pictures, some invites. I've been in a couple of graduations already virtually. So shouts out to all of our graduates. Amen. And so I don't want to start calling names. I'm going to forget. But they're on our website. Check my Facebook page. As soon as I get announcements, I share that stuff. To the graduating class of 2025, I'm in the building. I don't need tickets. I'm in the building. If you don't see me, hear me in the building, I'm always in the tunnel. Amen. I'm in the tunnel at the Thomas and Mack, or I'm on the street at the Orleans. But I try to be at as many graduations as possible. If you invite us to your graduation party, if I can stop by and wave, I will. If I can't make it, trust me, man. Trust me. We wanted to be there. Unfortunately, during graduation season, you work with 40 to 50 seniors, everybody's parties at the same time. And so again, but we do our best to try to support as many students and families as possible. But we are celebrating again. Right now, I've been receiving news. We got students going. I know off the top of my head, we got students going to Grambling, Morgan State. I got kids going to Clark Atlanta, Morehouse. We got kids, man. We got a host of kids going to South Carolina State. But in just various HBCUs, non-HBCUs, we have kids staying home for school. I'm celebrating with them as we have some future running rebels. We have some students who are preparing to attend Nevada State College. We have some students who are preparing to attend CSN. And so, man, I'm just grateful, man, that these kids are just pursuing higher education. We have some kids who will be joining the military. We have kids who will be going to trade school. I'm just grateful that people are rolling up their sleeves and just trying. That's it. I applaud you for trying. And so you don't have to call me when you tell me what you're doing. If you are not going to a HBCU, don't say it as if Rev is disappointed. The purpose of the tour is not for you to go to an HBCU. The purpose of the tour is for you to be exposed to what a different world looks like. And if your journey is through an HBCU, I helped you get there. If the HBCU tour just motivated you to dig deeper, we did our job. If the HBCU tour, that's right. My nephew, amen, little Kevin, amen, Kevin Wynn, Jr., amen. Do you call him Kevin Wynn Jr. or the second? Help me with that, Kev. But he's graduating on June 23rd. Kev, give me that information, man. It may be good for me to surprise him. Give me that information. And so, man, we're just so grateful, amen. And so, we're grown men. And so to those who may not know, those who see in the chat, Kevin D. Winton is one of our chaperones. He's one of the board members for 32nd Street Theater. We met in elementary school, became friends in middle school. By the 8th grade, we were best friends. And so from the 8th grade until eternity, we're best friends. And so we have watched our children grow up. And so with his son preparing to graduate, I just think it would behoove, bless, and benefit me to be there with my best friend. Amen. And so send me that information. And so we're just grateful, man. And so the purpose, we're not going to do a gala next year. Don't want to do it every year. Want to keep it fresh, but we're going to do something next year. Stay tuned. There will be something next year of a fundraiser type, but we will do another gala for year 32. So the 32nd year for 32nd Street Theater, we're going to do another gala. So I'm telling y'all that right now. That 2027 event, amen, will be big, just like this first one was big. And so again, thank you to everybody who supported the silent auction, the raffles, everybody, amen, who some people, amen, just donated ticket money and we were able to give those seats to people. Thank you. There is no little gift. There's no big gift. It's just love. And so from my heart to yours, thank you for the love. Amen. And so I was getting ready to say something. Amen. I know we have a fundraiser coming up. Amen. Let me find it. I'm trying to put my hands on it. Amen. Funnel cakes. Amen. Amen. We have the world's best funnel cakes in Las Vegas, and they're blessing us. Broad's funnel cake. That's right. That's it. Broad's funnel cake. Fanatics. Amen. In the third quarter, they're going to be making a donation from sales to 32nd Street Theater. We were notified of that early this year, and so I'm grateful, amen, that and that's a tour family, amen. Years ago, daughter went on the tour, mom has stayed connected, and she said, man, I want you all to be my third quarter recipient. And so I'm saying I'm thankful in advance. Amen. That's how Mama taught me to pray. She said, thank the Lord for what you are about to receive. And so that's my mindset on today. Lord, I thank you for what we are about to receive, because as you bless us, that helps us bless other people. And so again, as of right now, we are preparing, if the Lord say the same, to take 168 people on another HBCU tour next spring, March 14th through the 20th. That's DC, Virginia, Maryland. Amen. And so I'm excited. Amen. I'm not going to give stuff away, but let me just say, man, the Lord is kind. Amen. And so I'll be releasing stuff when it's time to release stuff. Please don't call me now. Don't email me now. Registration begins June 1st. Amen. June 1st. And so all the information for the tour will be on the website. Hold on. Yep, I'm getting an email right now. Yep, yes, for you. And so, it's good to have friends. It is good to have friends. It is good to know people. And so I've had some calls come in. Again, I just received a call today. Man, I want to release stuff, but I can't, because you just can't. But let me just say this, man. Man, the Raiders are on board, and man, it's just good to know that we got people in Las Vegas like the Raiders who want to partner with us. Let me just say that. And so that's it. I just wanted to come on today, say thank you to everybody who really, really made the gala special. It really touched my heart, man. I had a chance. I was looking at the pictures. I was able to sit back and just, shouts out, amen, to our tech team, to brother Tyrese Downey, and to those who took the pictures. You captured the moment. I want to get a special book put together. I want a special, what do you call those, coffee table edition, so that way I'll have those memories forever. But just thank you to everybody, amen. It was so much dancing. Shouts out to Core. My brothers from Core was there. We were able to take some pictures, have some laughs in the lobby. Again, as I flipped through the book, again, it was so many people, amen, who just played a great hand. I hit something. I'm not sure what I hit, but I'll figure it out in a second. So what I'm going to do at this time, let me land the plane and figure out what I hit. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for letting me be myself. Amen.